My friends, my fellow seekers of a life of greatness, I want you to stop for a moment. I want you to listen to the silence around you. And in that silence, I want you to ask yourself a single question. A question that will determine the entire course of your future. Here it is. Are you the master of your own life? Or are you a slave to your passing moods, your fleeting desires, your sudden impulses? Look at your results. Look at your bank account. Look at your physical health. Look at the quality of your relationships. Look at the fulfillment you feel at the end of a day. These things are not accidents. They are not the result of luck or chance. They are the direct and absolute consequence of a single, powerful force. That force is self-discipline. Let me tell you a story about a man I had the great privilege of studying. A man who shaped a nation with his will. Andrew Carnegie. He arrived on these shores a poor, uneducated boy from Scotland. He worked in a boiler room 12 hours a day for $1.20 a week. He was surrounded by men who were content to do the minimum. Men who spent their meager earnings on drink and distraction. Men who lived for Saturday night. But young Andrew Carnegie was different. He had a burning desire for something more. He disciplined his mind. While other boys slept, he read. He borrowed books from a local library, devouring history, science, and the lives of great men. He disciplined his work. He did not merely tend a boiler. He studied it. He learned it. He mastered it. He made himself so indispensable that promotion was inevitable. He controlled his finances. He saved his dollars, not for a fleeting pleasure, but to invest in his future. He saw opportunity where others saw only risk. He did what he should do, when he should do it, whether he felt like it or not. That is self-discipline. And that self-discipline built an empire of steel. It created one of the greatest fortunes this world has ever known. And it all started not in a boardroom, but in the mind of a boy who chose to control his thoughts, his time, and his talents. What I am about to share with you is not a theory. It is not a motivational speech. It is a fundamental law of the universe. It is as real and as unyielding as the law of gravity. You can no more achieve lasting success without self-discipline than you can jump from a rooftop and defy the pull of the earth. This is the master key. This is the supreme quality that separates the mediocre from the magnificent. This is the one trait that all great men and women, from Carnegie to Ford to Edison, possessed in abundance. They were not necessarily the most intelligent. They were not the most gifted. But they were, without exception, the most disciplined. They had learned the secret. Self-discipline is the bridge between a thought, a goal, a dream, and its physical realization in your life. Without that bridge, your dreams are just wisps of smoke, scattered by the slightest breeze of difficulty. With that bridge, you can cross any chasm, overcome any obstacle, and claim the riches that are rightfully yours. So what is this power? What is self-discipline? In its simplest, most profound form, it is this. It is the ability to make yourself do what you should do, when you should do it, whether you feel like it or not. It is choosing your long-term goal over your short-term feeling. It is the relentless application of your will to a single, definite purpose. Let me make this crystal clear. Self-discipline is not punishment. It is not a life of grim deprivation. That is a lie that failures tell themselves to feel better about their lack of willpower. No, true self-discipline is the highest form of self-love. It is you, taking command of the incredible potential that sleeps within you. It is you, deciding that your future is more important than your present comfort. Think of a great ship, an ocean liner, leaving the harbor of New York, bound for England. That ship has a powerful engine. It has a skilled captain. It has a dedicated crew. But it has one more thing, a small, simple device that is more important than all the rest. The rudder. That rudder, though small, guides the massive ship across 3,000 miles of open ocean. It keeps it on course through storms and fog and calm seas. Without that rudder, the ship would go in circles. It would be at the mercy of every wind and every current. It would never, ever reach its destination. Your mind is that ship. Your burning desire is the engine. Your skills are the crew. But self-discipline is your rudder. Without it, you will drift. You will be tossed about by the winds of your changing emotions. You will be pulled off course by the currents of distraction and fear. You will waste your power going in circles. You will end up on the rocks of regret. With self-discipline, you point yourself toward your definite chief aim. You stay the course. You correct for the drift. And you arrive, with certainty and power, at the exact destination you set for yourself. That is the difference. That is the choice you face. A life of drift, or a life of command. A life of chance, or a life of choice. Now, let us break this down. Let us take this powerful principle and put it to work in your life. There are 3 fundamental applications of self-discipline. Master these 3, and you master your destiny. The first, and the most important, is to control your thoughts. The second is to control your emotions. The third is to do what you should, when you should. Let us begin with the mastery of your thoughts. This is the foundation of everything. Self-discipline begins with the mastery of your thoughts. If you don't control what you think, you can't control what you do. Your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. Your circumstances are the physical manifestation of the thoughts that dominate your mind. You cannot have a life of success and abundance while your mind is filled with thoughts of poverty and failure. It is impossible. The two cannot coexist. Your thoughts are the seeds. Your life is the harvest. You must become the gardener of your own mind. You must weed out the negative. You must plant the positive. You must nurture the seeds of your definite chief aim. How do you do this? It is simple, but it is not easy. It requires constant, daily vigilance. First, you must become aware of your thoughts. Most people are prisoners of a runaway train of thinking. They do not choose their thoughts choose them. You must step off that train. You must stand on the platform and watch the cars go by. When a thought of fear enters your mind, you must recognize it. You must say, "Ah, there is a thought of fear. I see you, but I do not accept you. I do not invite you in." Then, you must immediately replace it with a thought of courage, a thought of your goal, a thought of faith. When a thought of doubt creeps in, you must evict it and replace it with a thought of confidence. This is not positive thinking. This is selective thinking. This is you taking command of the most powerful force you possess, your mind. You must have a definite chief aim, a goal that is so clear, so burning, that it automatically repels the thoughts that are not in harmony with it. Write down your definite chief aim. Read it aloud to yourself, twice a day, once in the morning and once before you sleep. This is not a silly exercise. This is programming your mental computer. This is you installing the software of your future. When you do this, you are not just reading words. You are impressing these thoughts upon your subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind is the power that will guide you, intuitively, toward the fulfillment of that aim. It will bring you the ideas, the people, and the opportunities you need. But it can only work with the material you give it. If you feed it fear and doubt, it will create circumstances of fear and doubt. If you feed it faith and purpose, it will create circumstances of success and opportunity. You might be thinking, "But my mind wanders. I can't control it. Negative thoughts just pop in." I say to you, of course they do. That is the nature of the untrained mind. But you are not your mind. You are the master of your mind. Every time you catch a negative thought and replace it, you are doing a rep for your mental muscle. It is like lifting a weight. The first time, it is hard. But if you are persistent, the muscle grows stronger. Soon, you will find that negative thoughts have less and less power over you. They may knock on your door, but you will not let them in. Your mind will become a fortress, guarded by the sentinel of your will. This is the first and greatest act of self-discipline. Control your thoughts. The second key is to control your emotions. Your emotions are the fuel that powers your engine. But uncontrolled emotion is like a fire in a munitions factory. It will blow everything up. Controlled emotion, directed by purpose, is like the fire in the boiler of a steam engine. It creates the power that moves mountains. The most destructive emotion is fear. Fear of failure. Fear of criticism. Fear of loss. Fear paralyzes you. It stops you from taking action. It whispers lies in your ear. It says, "You can't do it. What will people think? It's too risky." The opposite of fear is faith. Faith in yourself. Faith in your goal. Faith in the principle that you will find a way, no matter what. Self-discipline over your emotions means you choose faith over fear. It does not mean you never feel fear. Every great man and woman has felt fear. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is moving forward in spite of fear. When you feel the chill of fear, you must warm yourself by the fire of your burning desire. You must recall your definite chief aim. You must remember why you started. You must act as if you are confident, and the feeling of confidence will follow the action. Do not wait to feel motivated. Motivation is fickle. It comes and goes. Discipline is constant. Discipline says, "I will do it regardless of how I feel." Anger is another destructive emotion. Anger clouds your judgment. It makes you say things you regret. It makes you do things that sabotage your progress. The disciplined individual does not suppress anger. That is just as dangerous. Instead, they transmute it. They take that raw, explosive energy and channel it into their work. They use it to fuel their determination. When someone criticizes you unfairly, instead of lashing out in anger, use that energy to prove them wrong. Let it add fuel to your burning desire to succeed. Turn your enemies into a source of power. That is emotional alchemy. That is the mastery of self. You must also control the emotion of greed. Greed is a perversion of desire. It is a desire for something for nothing. It is a desire to get without giving. It is short-sighted and destructive. Your burning desire, on the other hand, is focused on creation. It is focused on providing value, on rendering service. The disciplined person seeks to earn their riches through useful service. They understand the law of compensation. You get paid in direct proportion to the value you provide. Control your emotions. Do not let them control you. Let your definite chief aim be the compass that guides you through the stormy seas of emotion. The third key is the ultimate test of self-discipline. It is to do what you should, when you should. This is where the rubber meets the road. This is where thought and emotion are translated into action. You can have the greatest thoughts. You can have the most powerful desires. But if you do not take action, it is all worthless. And not just any action. The right action. The necessary action. At the right time. Procrastination is the natural enemy of achievement. It is the silent killer of dreams. It is the voice that says, "I'll do it tomorrow." Tomorrow is the favorite hiding place of the weak. Tomorrow is a lie. The only time you have is now. The disciplined person does the unpleasant task first. They eat the frog. They know that the weight of that undone task will hang over them all day, draining their energy. So they get it out of the way. They do it immediately. They create momentum. One completed task, especially one you did not want to do, generates the energy for the next task. Let me give you a simple, powerful example. You set a goal to get up at 5 in the morning to work on your plan. The alarm clock rings. It is cold. You are tired. Your bed is warm and comfortable. At that moment, you are at a crossroads. Your feelings are screaming at you to hit the snooze button, to go back to sleep. This is the test. This is where character is built. The undisciplined person listens to their feelings. They roll over. They sacrifice their long-term goal for a few more minutes of short-term comfort. The disciplined person remembers their definite chief aim. They see the vision of their future self. They connect that 5 o'clock wake-up call to the achievement of their dream. And they swing their legs out of bed. They stand up. They win the first victory of the day. And that victory sets the tone for the entire day. That one act of discipline creates a ripple effect of productivity and power. Doing what you should, when you should, applies to every area of your life. It means making that sales call you are afraid to make. It means writing that report instead of watching television. It means going to the gym when you feel tired. It means reading a book instead of scrolling through social media. It means having the difficult conversation you have been avoiding. It means saving money instead of spending it on a fleeting pleasure. Every time you choose the right action over the easy action, you strengthen your will. You build your discipline muscle. You become the kind of person who can be trusted with success. Because success is not a gift. It is a responsibility. It requires the strength of character to manage it, to grow it, and to use it wisely. I want to tell you a story about a young man I knew. He worked in a small office. He had a dream of starting his own business. But he was comfortable. His job was easy. It paid the bills. Every evening, he would go home and tell himself, "Tomorrow, I will start working on my plan." But tomorrow would come, and he would be tired. Or his favorite show was on. Or his friends invited him out. He was a slave to his feelings. He was waiting for the feeling of motivation to strike him. It never did. Years passed. He grew older. His dream faded. He became bitter and resentful. He blamed the economy. He blamed his boss. He blamed his luck. But the truth was, he lacked one thing: the discipline to do what he should, when he should. He could not choose his long-term goal over his short-term feelings. Now, contrast that with another man, a man named Henry Ford. When Henry Ford conceived of the Model T, he was not the first to think of a car, but he was the first to have the discipline to make it available to the masses. He faced endless obstacles. His early companies failed. He was ridiculed by the press. He was sued by powerful competitors. He could have given in to the emotion of despair. He could have listened to the thoughts of doubt. He could have postponed his dream. But he did not. He controlled his thoughts. He held fast to his vision of a car for every family. He controlled his emotions. He did not give in to anger or fear. He channeled all his energy into solving problems. And he did what he should, when he should. He worked tirelessly. He experimented constantly. He assembled a team. He persevered. His self-discipline created an industry. It changed the world. The difference between the first man and Henry Ford was not intelligence or opportunity. It was self-discipline. This is not a one-time event. This is a daily practice. This is a lifelong commitment. You must understand the power of repetition. You must have faith in the process. Your subconscious mind is like a fertile garden, but it is also stubborn. It loves habit. It loves the familiar. To plant a new seed, you must first clear the old weeds, and then you must water the new seed every single day. You cannot plant a seed of a great goal on Monday and expect a harvest on Tuesday. You must repeat your definite chief aim to yourself, day in and day out. You must perform the disciplined actions, day in and day out, even when you see no immediate results. Especially when you see no immediate results. This is where most people fail. They try for a week. They don't see a miracle, so they quit. They say, "It doesn't work." I tell you, it does work. It works with the certainty of a law of nature. The sun does not rise because the rooster crows. The rooster crows because the sun is about to rise. Your repeated acts of discipline are like the crowing of the rooster. They do not create the success. They announce your readiness to receive it. They align you with the success that is already on its way. You are programming your subconscious mind through repetition, and your subconscious mind, once convinced, will move heaven and earth to bring your desire into reality. It will guide your steps. It will give you ideas. It will attract the people you need. But you must feed it the same message over and over. You must build a new habit of thinking and acting, and that only comes through relentless, daily repetition. This is why you need a burning desire. A mild wish will not survive the winter of difficulty. Only a white-hot, burning desire has the fuel to keep you going when the results are not visible. Your desire is the engine. Your discipline is the rudder. Together, they will carry you to any shore you wish to reach. Make a commitment to yourself right now. Commit to a daily routine of discipline. A morning ritual where you set your mind right. An evening ritual where you review your day. A work ethic that demands you do your best, always. This daily practice is non-negotiable. It is the price of admission to the life of your dreams. You must pay the price, and you must pay it in advance. So now, we come to the end, and the beginning. You asked yourself a question at the start. Are you the master of your life? Now you have the answer. You become the master by exercising self-discipline. You control your thoughts. You become the gardener of your mind. You plant the seeds of your definite chief aim, and you weed out the thoughts of fear and doubt. You control your emotions. You choose faith over fear. You channel your emotional energy into your purpose. You do what you should, when you should. You take the right action, at the right time, regardless of how you feel. You choose your long-term goal over your short-term comfort. This is the master key to riches. Not just financial riches, but the riches of a life well lived. A life of health, of strong relationships, of peace of mind, of achievement. This key is in your hand. No one can take it from you, but no one can use it for you either. The decision is yours, and yours alone. So I am giving you a call to action. Not for tomorrow, not for next week, for right now. The moment this talk ends, you will take the first step. You will make a decision. You will choose one area of your life where you have been weak, one area where you have been a slave to your feelings, and you will exercise your will. You will do what you should do. If it is to make a plan, you will sit down and write it. If it is to make a call, you will pick up the phone. If it is to apologize, you will apologize. If it is to get up an hour earlier tomorrow, you will set that alarm, and you will not negotiate with yourself when it rings. Take that first step. Win that first victory. Feel the power that comes from being in command of yourself. That one act will lead to another, and another. You will build momentum. You will build character. You will build a new life. A life of power. A life of purpose. A life of freedom. You were meant for greatness. Now, go and claim it. Remember the words that started you on this path. Let them echo in your mind every day. Self-discipline begins with the mastery of your thoughts. If you don't control what you think, you can't control what you do. Control your thoughts. Command your life.